Hey everybody, it's the Burger Dude, and today I want to show you how I make vegan chicken nuggets. And so the first thing we're going to need, as usual, is some chicken, some vegan chicken. You can use these Gardein products, just thaw them and then shape them into nugget type shapes. So I'm taking two of the chicken strips and then just combining them to make one bigger kind of wing nugget sort of shape. But if you don't have access to these products or you don't want to use them, you can also use tofu, which I do all the time. And what you're going to want to do is freeze it and then thaw it. And what this does is it imparts a more meatier type of texture to the tofu. I don't know how it works. It's magical science sort of stuff. But freezing and then thawing, I usually let it thaw on the countertop for about 3 or 4 hours. And then after that, you're going to want to go ahead and just gently press out all the tofu liquid. Now, depending on how thawed out your tofu is, it'll be more or less delicate. The more thawed it is, the more delicate it'll be. So if it's still pretty firm, you can go ahead and really kind of give it a good squeeze, you know what I mean? And after that, we're going to go ahead and put it in a tofu press in any case, just to make sure that we get as much liquid out of it as possible. So go ahead and line a plate with a tea towel, as the English call it, or as I call it, a towel. And then go ahead and if you got one of these tofu presses, I highly recommend them. They're going to make your life a way easier when it comes to this sort of thing. And just press it down until it's, you know, nice and firm down there. Just make sure you don't squish it too bad. And in the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to get our dredging stations ready. So we're going to use some plant milk. I like Ripple, but you use whatever you like as long as it's unsweetened. We're also going to add some apple cider vinegar. That's going to help create the vegan buttermilk, as well as some hot sauce. Use any hot sauce that you like. I like Frank's. And then we're also going to throw in a little bit of pickle brine from the pickle jar. And that's just going to add some nice salt and some nice kind of funky sort of flavor. And you're going to whisk that, set it aside so that it forms the buttermilk. And now what we want to do is we want to get our dry ingredients together. So we're going to add some flour, some cornstarch, and then, of course, we're going to also need some baking powder. And then I'm using this Mrs. Dash's chicken seasoning, but use whatever seasoning you like. You could use Cajun seasoning, Old Bay, whatever you like. It's really up to you. And now what we want to do is get our oil up to temperature. I highly recommend one of these deep fry thermometers. Again, another good kitchen tool that's going to make your life easier. So go ahead and heat up that oil. We want to get it to 375 degrees. And now what we're going to do is going to take our tofu out of the press and we're going to cut it in thirds lengthwise like this. And then simply just break it into another group of thirds. And then we're going to take those thirds and break those in half. So we'll have 6 nuggets and then 18 altogether. There we go. Ready to rock? Look at that. We got our oil is up to temperature. So it's time to go ahead and coat these dudes in the wet. And then go ahead and coat them in the dry, back to the wet, and then back to the dry. And now it's ready to fry. So go ahead and just add these carefully to a pot of oil at 375 degrees. And just keep an eyeball on them. 2 eyeballs works as well. And I think I just wanted to show off that texture that I got. Once they look like that, go ahead and add them to a wire rack to cool. A wire rack is also another handy tool because it'll keep them from getting soggy. If they're sitting on a plate, they're going to steam themselves, you know? And I think I just wanted to really show off the texture that I got there. I was very proud of myself. And of course, at this point, you could just eat them as is. This is totally acceptable if you want to just dip them in some ranch or some barbecue sauce, whatever you like. But another thing I like to do is I like to take a little bit of this buffalo sauce and or barbecue sauce. And then I'm just going to add them into a bowl and give them a good shake to coat them. And one of the things I love about doing this is now, since I have my nuggets coated in barbecue sauce, when I go to dip them, I don't have to decide between, you know, barbecue sauce or ranch. I just dip it in ranch and I get the best of both worlds, you know? So it's a pretty smart move, I got to say. But either way, you just want to make sure you get them nice and coated. Add more barbecue sauce if you need to, like I did. And once you got them all nice and coated up, it's time to dip them. And dip them in ranch, dip them in blue cheese, whatever you like. You are the sauce boss. There you go. Not for you, for me, as always. And yes, I am a double dipper. I'm a triple dipper on some days. And you know what? Sometimes when people aren't looking, I'm a quadruple dipper, quintuple dipper. You dip it as much as you like. You are your own boss.